Alrighty, everybody, welcome to our 20-minute flow. We will join me on your mat. Child's pose. So for child's pose, go ahead and take your knees wide on your mat, bring your toes back to touch. Bring your hands out in front of you and then sink your hips back towards your heels. Good, let your forehead come down to your mat or to the ground. And just tune in here to your breath. So take 5 deep breaths, any way that you'd like. And bringing your attention to what's touching the ground and finding yourself grounded here now. Take one more deep breath in, pressing your fingertips into the mat. Whole hand presses into the mat, and then exhale, release your hips back towards your heels. Then pull yourself forward. And right away, drop your belly low, look up to the ceiling, take a deep breath in. And then round your spine, look back between your knees and breathe out. Gonna do that again, drop your belly, look up. Round your spine and look back. One more, look up. And exhale, look back, big arch. Gonna come to a neutral spine. Now we're gonna get our shoulders and our core warmed up here, so tuck your toes under. Yeah, pull your shoulder blades, lock them in, armpits down towards your hips. Good, and then keep your eyes down between your fingers. And lift your knees off of the mat 1 inch. Good. Take your breath in and out of your nose. And start to feel your core warming up. Breathe in through your nose. Without dropping your knees, lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. In this first downward dog, go ahead and bend into one knee. Straighten the other leg. And then switch sides. Good, one more time, each one. And switch. Good, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. And then exhale, come right back into that bear crawl position. Maybe adjusting just a little bit. Take 3 big breaths here, in and out of your nose. One breath in, and lift your hips downward, facing dog. Good, in this downward facing dog, slight bend in your knees, press your hands into the mat to press your chest towards your thighs. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Take 3 big breaths. Keep that breathing in and out of your nose. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Hang in a ragdoll position. So grab opposite elbows. Let your head hang heavy. Slight bend in your knees. Let your chest drop towards your thighs. Then add a little sway side to side. From here, heel toe your feet together and stand all the way up. Extended mountain pose. Look up between your fingers. Good. Now tune into your breath. So everybody exhale all of their air. And then take a deep breath in. Reach as tall as you can. Hands through heart center, forward fold. Exhale. Good. Lift up halfway. Press your hands into your shins. Pull your shoulder blades back. Create a long spine as you inhale. And then exhale, fold forward. Extended mountain pose. Stand up, reach up to the ceiling, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Lift up halfway, hands on the floor or your shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Stand up, extended mountain pose. Bow forward, exhale. Lift up halfway. Forward fold. Exhale. Good. One more time. Stand up. Extended mountain pose. Then and bow forward. Breathe out. Lift up halfway. Step back. High plank. Good. We'll go over what is called a chaturanga. So chaturanga, just moving from a high push-up to a low push-up. So everybody shift forward, breathe in. Spin your elbows so they're facing towards your toes. And then lower halfway down. Exhale. Good. Flip over onto the tops of your feet. And then press up, upward facing dog. Eyes go forward. Lift your thighs. Downward facing dog. Yeah, let's try that again. Roll forward, high push-up, breathe in, shift forward, low push-up, chaturanga, exhale, upward facing dog, roll over your feet, lift your thighs, open your chest, and downward facing dog. Great job, everyone. Take a few deep breaths here to reset. Good. Walk your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Bow forward and breathe out. Chair pose, Utkatasana. So in our chair pose, our big toes come to touch. Our knees are coming together. There's space between our heels. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling and then sink down into your chair. Pull belly button into spine, gazes forward. Really fire up through the legs, pull muscle into bone for 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Lift up halfway. Step back, high plank to low plank. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Step your right foot between your hands for warrior one. So keep your hands on the ground right now. Spin your left heel to a 45-degree angle. Stack your front knee over your front ankle. And then rise up, warrior one. Yeah, sometimes we come out of our hips as we rise up. Just sink yourself right back down. Good, we're gonna do a building sequence here. So each time we're gonna start with this warrior one and we'll flow through. So breathe in, place your hands on the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Switch to the left side. Left foot comes forward, right foot goes to a 45. Knees stacked over the ankles. Root down through your feet and rise up, breathe in. Sink into your hips and breathe out. Yeah, really good. Couple breaths here. Good, one breath, look up. And hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Really good. That was the first round through. Take 3 deep breaths to reset. Everyone breathe in together. Breathe out. And walk your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Chair pose, just one breath, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right away, step your right foot between your hands. Warrior one, spin your back heel flat. Good, reach up, breathe in. Open up, warrior two, breathe out. So warrior two, make sure your front heel and your back heel are in one line. Still stacking, front knee over front ankle. Hands reach out, and then pull your front knee towards your pinky toe side. Don't let it collapse in. Pull open, tuck the hips under, and now take your gaze right over your front middle finger. Find that fingernail. One breath. And hands to the mat, chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Right to the left side. Step left foot forward. Spin your heel flat, rise up, warrior one, breathe in. And then open, warrior two. Jump your heels into one line. Now gaze again, right over your middle finger. Find the nail, relax the shoulders. One breath. Chaturanga, exhale. Take your exhale to the bottom of your push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Walk your feet to your hands. One more time through. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Chair pose, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. So high push up to low push up, then upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Right foot, warrior one. Reach up and breathe in. Open up, warrior two, breathe out. Good, now stay into your legs here, reverse your warrior, and then come into extended side angle. So either elbow to your knee or hand to the ground. Reach your top arm up and over your head. Yeah, final one here, pull into your core for 3, 2, and 1. Chaturanga, you guessed it. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Right away, left side. Go up, warrior one. Open, warrior two. Great job. Follow your fingertip with your gaze. Reverse it. Inhale. Extended side angle. Whatever's right for you, just keep your knee stacked over your ankle. Keep the shoulders open. Yeah, feel the foundation. Come back to your breath. One breath in, and chaturanga. Upward dog, downward facing dog. One breath. Open your mouth, let it go. Walk your feet up to your hands. Good, lift up halfway. And bow forward. Take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toe, and pull yourself in to that forward fold. Hamstrings are warmed up. Yeah, start to shift forward into your toes even, and then press through your heels. Lift your hips high. Good, release that. Heel toe your feet together and stand up. A little bit of balancing here. Good, we're gonna start with eagle. So take your right arm under your left arm, and then a couple of options here. You can either press the backs of your hands together or take the double bind, but you want the pressure. Good, sit down into your chair, and then lift your right leg off the ground, cross it over your left. You can always use your toes for a kickstand. Find one point in front of you that's not moving, and squeeze everything into center. Plant both feet down, reach up, extended mountain pose. And then switch sides, wrap your left elbow under your right, either double bind or pressing backs of your hands together. Sink down into your chair, exhale. And then lift that right leg over. Again, no shame in using the kickstand for your balance here, and then pulling, stacking shoulders over hips. Yes, nice and tall. Find one point of focus on something that's not moving. And plant both feet down, rise up. Good, tree pose. Take your right foot to the inside of your right calf, or bring it up to your thigh. You can always find something to help you balance. Bring your hands to your heart and then grow your tree up. Tune into your breath here. Pull hands through center and replace down, switch sides. Foot to your cat or your thigh, but keep your hips, this left knee opening up to the left side of the room. Tuck your hips under into core and then grow your tree up. Good, hands through center. Take one more big sweep up, look up, breathe in, and forward fold, breathe out. Lift up halfway. Last time, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Good, keep your front foot, your right foot facing forward. Squeeze your shoulder into your knee and your knee into your shoulder. And stay lifted if you can off of your back knee. Good, and then take any rounding out of your back. Pull your shoulder blades in towards your spine here. Take a few deep breaths. Noticing where the tension is and then using your breath to let that tension go. And downward facing dog, switch sides. Left foot steps. You can always help that foot out. Yes, come onto your toes, lift up, lift your back hamstring up towards the ceiling, and then hug your knee and your shoulder together. A few deep breaths. And downward facing dog. Good, tiptoe your feet up to the top of your mat and then sit yourself down onto your back. Good, pull both knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze, good. And then take your right leg and cross it over your left. And drop both knees over to the left side of the room. And then big opening with the shoulders. Look back towards the right side of the room. And allow yourself to breathe. Back to center and switch sides. So my left knee crosses over my right. Pull belly in, drop it over to the right. And big exhale. If you have a block, you can always place it under your knee to get a bigger opening through your spine. Pull back into center. And pull everything in. Take one big breath, squeeze in, hug in, and let it all go for corpse pose or Shavasana. Yeah. Our days are so busy, but find the time and the space right here to give yourself a few moments of stillness. Shavasana. out your mouth. Okay, good morning stretch, reaching for the opposite ends. And gently roll over onto your right side. Use your right arm for a pillow. Pull your knees up, fetal position. And just give yourself a moment here. And push yourself up to a tall seat. And keeping your eyes closed, pull your hands to heart center. And take one more deep breath in, reaching your spine as long as it can go. And then exhale, ground yourself down, root down. Press thumb tips to forehead center. Together we bow and we say, Namaste. Wonderful work, everyone. I clap for all of you. Good job. And